Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, a masterclass in cinematic storytelling that dares to be miserable. Ninja Fury didn't just make a sequel, they crafted a haunting vision of madness, myth, and melancholy, so immersive, so punishingly real, that it dares to question whether a game can be too beautiful or too emotionally taxing. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 isn't here to entertain you. It's here to break you, reassemble your pieces, and ask if you were even whole to begin with. And that's where this experience, this sensory plunge into the tortured soul of Senua, begins. Not with explosions or tutorials or happy musical stingers, but with dread. A suffocating silence, always the voices, surrounding you, accusing you, warning you, comforting you, disorienting you. From the very first frame, Hellblade 2 doesn't just put you in Senua's shoes, it wires her psychosis into your skull. We're no longer merely playing a game, we're experiencing Senua's pain. A movie you can touch. Technically speaking, Hellblade 2 is a marvel. Powered by Unreal Engine 5 and built for pure immersion, it might be the most photorealistic game ever made. Facial animations aren't just impressive, they're indistinguishable from cinema. The texture of Senua's skin, the flicker of firelight across rain-soaked cliffs, the way her eyes twitch and dart in anxiety, it's pure digital wizardry. You could pause at any moment and hang it in a gallery. But this isn't just graphics for graphics' sake, it's art serving story. The game's ultra-wide 2.39:1 aspect ratio envelopes the screen like a letterboxed art house film, reminiscent of The Revenant or The Northman. Every shot is framed with intention. There are sequences where the camera refuses to cut away as Senua trudges through ash, blood, and memory. It lingers, and it demands that you do too. The trade-off? You often feel like a prisoner inside a gorgeous painting. Exploration is minimal, freedom is rare. This isn't a sandbox. It's a guided descent into hell, and the developers hold the torch. Gameplay with restraint. If you're coming into Hellblade 2 expecting flashy combat systems, elaborate skill trees, or open-world maps bursting with side quests, you're in the wrong dimension. This game is lean. It offers a focused, distilled gameplay loop that values presence over play. Every button press must matter. Every action is deliberate. There are no tutorials screaming at you, no button prompts popping up like confetti. You learn by surviving. You react by instinct. You press forward not to win, but because the journey demands it. Combat is brutal, sparse, and intimate. No health bars, no combos. Just survival. When Senua strikes, you feel the weight of her sword. A parry isn't a quick reflex, it's a desperate gasp. A missed dodge isn't a mistake, it's death. The choreography of these duels is stunning. The camera sticks tight, trembling with each blow, sweat and blood mixing with the earth beneath you. It's not about queuing, it's about enduring. This minimalist approach to fighting also feeds the story. You are not a superhero. You're a woman cracking under pressure, dragged toward revenge and redemption by sheer will. And when the voices start screaming, when your perception of reality fractures, it's not a gameplay mechanic. It's narrative, puzzles of perspective. Between battles, you're presented with puzzles, but not the kind you'd expect. These aren't block-moving or number-matching chores. They're exercises in perception. You'll search for hidden symbols by aligning structures in the environment, shifting your perspective literally and mentally. Sometimes what looks like a dead end becomes a doorway if you just see the world differently. And that's the point. Hellblade 2 doesn't just make you solve puzzles, it makes you Senua. Her struggle to interpret reality, her fractured mind, her fear and determination, all of it is gameplay. It's storytelling through interaction. At times, the pacing stumbles here. You'll walk long stretches between fights, listening to voices. Some may find this frustrating, but others will see the brilliance in that silence. It's meditative, it's oppressive. It's exactly how Psychosis feels: lonely, overwhelming, unpredictable. The sound of madness. Let's talk about sound. Hellblade 2 has the best audio design in gaming, period. The binaural 3D audio surrounds you in whispers, taunts, echoes, and warnings. You need headphones for this game, not want, need. Without them, you lose half the story. These voices are characters, they're part of the narrative, and they never shut up. Some encourage you, some lie to you, some cry when you fail. They speak truths you're not ready to hear. And that makes them feel horrifyingly human. The music, when it hits, is devastating. Nordic chants, ambient despair, and sudden percussive violence flood in at the right moments, heightening every beat of combat and sorrow. Not for everyone. Here's the hard truth. Hellblade 2 is not a fun game. It is grim, it is slow, it is, at times, exhausting. And that's the point. Ninja Theory wasn't trying to make a blockbuster. They made a statement, a meditation on mental illness, a war cry for artistic integrity in an industry addicted to monetization and mass appeal. There's no battle pass, no loot, no XP bars, just a raw, unflinching story about trauma, vengeance, and identity. It won't be for everyone. Some will bounce off it. Others will worship it. The weight of expectation. For Xbox, this is a complicated win. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, is a critical darling. A Game Pass gem. But it's not the system seller many fans were hoping for in the wake of studio closures and high-stakes console wars. This isn't Halo. This isn't Call of Duty. It's something riskier, stranger, and arguably more important. But it sets a dangerous precedent too. If games like Hellblade 2 don't sell well, despite being masterpieces, what message does that send to the industry? Do we want more games that challenge us emotionally? Or do we only support the ones that sell us skins? That question lingers longer than any voice in Senua's head. Final verdict. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, is a towering achievement in visual storytelling, a harrowing, emotional journey, and a bold rejection of everything safe and formulaic in gaming today. It's the kind of game that only gets made when a studio is given the freedom to dream dangerously, and it shows. If you want a roller coaster of dopamine, play something else. But if you want to feel, to suffer and survive alongside one of the most compelling characters in gaming history, this is the Saga for you. Score: 9.5 out of 10. Emotionally draining, visually unparalleled, mechanically restrained, narratively unrelenting. Hellblade 2 is a hellish, heavenly hymn sung by the damned, and it'll echo in your bones long after